Welcome to the Lynn MA Sportscast, a program which focuses on sports right here in Lynn. We highlight Lynn sports action through student-athlete interviews and discussing the X's and O's with the coaches of Lynn. What you can expect to see from us are the game of the week, stories from the field and the Sideline Sportscast, and of course, the question of the week. The Lynn MA Sportscast strives to bring viewers like you all the up-to-date news and info as we cover all sports in Lynn. Co-produced by LynnCAM TV and Lynn Educational Television, this is the Lynn MA Sportscast. Welcome back to the Lynn MA Sportscast. After our holiday break, we're happy to see you. Boy, do we have a great show for you today. We'll have two Sideline Sportscasts and a game of the week. We'll also sit down with Coach Mark Lee, head coach of the St. Mary's boys hockey team. But first, let's go to this week's game of the week.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Culinary Rink. For I can't say interleague hockey, I have to say interstate hockey. St. Mary's, the boys taking on Smithfield, Rhode Island. It skips out. Scally backing up. Marabito winding up. Dan Panty. Pass a little bit hard for Marabito, trying to flip it in front, walking in, score! Marabito threw it out in front. Frankel breaking to the net. Got about 5 feet away and just rifled it past Carlton, who had no chance. Powers hustling. Powers takes it away. Out in front. McBurney hit the post again. McBurney hit the post again, and it came back to him. He threw it right in the middle of Carlton. Almost a short-handed goal. What a great play by Powers, hustling. Took it away from the defender, slipped it out in front. McBurney had a perfect setup and beat Carlton, but it hit the post, his second post. Score! It was only a matter of time with all the pressure they've been putting on. That came across, Carlton got a piece that slid by him. Yannikopoulos had the whole backside to knock it in. Shot deflected in off Marabito. Dan Panty up top, just inside the blue line, let it fly. Carlton looking for it. Marabito cutting between the two face-off circles, just got a piece of the stick, and it deflected just inside the near post. Marabito right around one. Drops it off. Powers shot. Carlton got a piece of it, and it deflected just wide of the net. Marabito wound up sliding on the ice. Pedro picks it off and scores. They threw the pass out. Pedro picked it off. Just stayed onside. Picked it off right at the blue line, and he rifled it over the shoulder of Carlton under the top crossbar. Tipped up, tipped away. Pedro with Marabito. Carlton knocked it away before Pedro could get a stick on it. Powers knocks it in off Carlton. Carlton got a piece, deflected it, it went under the top crossbar. Mark Lee has gone deep to his bench. Pagaluka takes it over the line. Deflected behind the net. Tipped by Tereni. Shot from the blue line by Nico Scally. Tereni going to the net, got a stick on it, tipped it by. Dominating game by the Spartans. They win it 7-0. They go to 4-2. Smithfield drops to 4-6.
Welcome back, and now for some news in and around the city. Your Lynn Jets hockey team beat the Revere Patriots this past Saturday at Connery Rink. The Revere Patriots were last year's NEC South champions and would hold a 1-0 lead. It wasn't until the second period until Mark Brazel scored 2 unanswered goals. The Jets now stand at a record of 3-6-1. Coach Joe Conlon had to be happy with his players as he had this to add. We came out and played a really nice third period. We hadn't really come from behind all year, so it was nice to see us do that. Congratulations to the Jets. The girls Bulldogs hockey team is made up of athletes from Lynn Saugus and Winthrop Public Schools. Currently, your Lady Bulldogs hockey squad sits at a record of 9 wins and 1 loss. This past Saturday marks the day the Dogs would be handed their first loss of the season from Masco. Coach Martucci would commend goalie Gretchen Howard on a hard-fought battle as she wouldn't let Masco score until late in the third period. Later in the week, the Dogs would romp Medford 3-0. This was goalkeeper Gretchen Howard's 4th shutout of the season. In basketball news, the Lady Spartans would roll over Mattingen with a 68-29 victory. Playing well for the Spartans were Gianna Marcella and Olivia Nazari. Finishing with 24 combined total points, assistant coach Foley said they really wanted to win this one for Coach Jeff Newhall tonight. Head coach Jeff Newhall and his wife added beautiful baby twins into their family this past Monday. Congrats to the coach and congrats to the players. In other basketball news, your Rams boys basketball team improves to a record of 6-7 with a victory of 60-33 over Marblehead this week. The St. Mary's boys team defeated Cathedral 71-62 with 34 points from senior guard Dennis Baylor. Lynn English boys basketball team Erick Rosario would drain his 1,000th point in his career as a Bulldog, which brings us to this week's Sideline Sportscasts.
Welcome to Lynn MA Sportscast. In tonight's game, the Lynn English Bulldogs versus the Saugus Sachems. At Lynn English, tonight is a special game. What's so significant about tonight's game? Our very own from Lynn, Erick Rosario, will make his 1,000th point of his high school career as a Bulldog. But first, we head off to interview some of the student athletes about this season.
What motivated me to play the sport was my mother. She took me outside one day and she was playing basketball and I liked it, so I played versus her every day. She beat me every day until I got older, and then one day I beat her, and that's the day I found out I was good. Focus more. We come in the games focused. Practice is tougher. Every day's a war. Every day's a learning day. It's an experience that we have to take in as a team. We come into games taking it more serious. Practice has been tougher. We've been just focused as a team. What we need to do better is we need to rebound and get more physical with the better teams that we play in the D1 North.
When I was younger, I was growing up at College Park. I seen all the guys that used to go here back when I was in 6th grade. And they was just so nice at the sport, so I thought, why not? Why can't I be good at it too, you know? We've been getting together. We've been playing more together, like with the steals and all that. But we just got to keep going, because sometimes we break down halfway, but we just got to keep going all the way. Have a 100% game, and we'll be good.
We've been having great defense and a good connection, and we've been scoring the ball well too. So hopefully, all that scoring and playing good defense gets us to a ring.
Congratulations to Erick Rosario, whose 3-pointer shot made him reach the 1,000-point milestone. With English winning the game with a score of 95-50, good luck to English with the rest of the season. I'm Mariamne Jimenez from the Lynn MA Sportscast.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel. You're watching LynnCAM TV. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, I'm Mariamne Jimenez. Welcome to the Sideline Sportscast. We are here at Culinary Rink in Lynn to cover the Lynn Jets games tonight. Next, we interview the head coach.
Joe Conlon, coach of the Lynn Jets. It's a little different for each team. One thing I try to encourage is to have everyone play other sports. You know, I think if they're playing something in the fall or in the spring, it gets them into, the competitive mode. So I like to see our guys playing all kinds of sports. And once the season starts, it's all hockey. We try to work them pretty hard. Just try to get them ready, cover everything as fast as possible. Anyone on this, I think we can beat anyone on our schedule. Now, whether that happens remains to be seen. Most of it depends on us. And some nights it's been there. And I need to see more consistency at this point. We've had a couple setbacks. You know, we dropped a couple games that I think, in hindsight, was our fault. Was more on us than what the opponent did. And at this point, you know, every day you just move forward. And like I said a minute ago, it's on us. I do think we can beat any team on our schedule. Whether that happens is what we put into it, and if we approach things the correct way.
Hello, I'm Corey Wyatt-Wodzik of the Lynn Jets. Being a hockey player is going out there and giving it 110% every time, not just for you, but for your teammates. It's a lot of commitment, practice every day, and yeah, pretty much team player and do your best every shift.
Bubba Kamo of the Lynn Jets. I'm just going to recap on what Corey said. Just get in there, working hard, be a competitor. You do it for your teammates, do it for everyone else. You know, don't do it for yourself. Get out there and just play for your buddies out there.
What motivated me to play the sport, I've been on the ice since I was 2 years old. My dad used to always make rinks in the yard, and it's a team sport. It's fun playing with your friends.
This is George Papageorgiou of the Lynn Jets. Well, I've been playing since I was 4 years old and absolutely fell in love with it. I mean, we all met each other basically, and we were 4 years old playing in-house. We're basically a family. Everybody in the locker room's a family. So that's basically what motivated me, just kept going, is I've known these guys since I was a little kid.
I'm Mariam Jimenez from the Lynn MA Sportscast.
Welcome back. Here with me in the Coach's Corner, Mark Lee, head coach of the St. Mary's Boys Spartans hockey team. Coach, thanks for being here today. Now, you've been coaching over at St. Mary's for 29 years. Currently, your record's at 5-5-3. Before we get too much into the season, I want to talk a little bit about you and how you're involved with the program.
I became the head coach, as you said, 29 years ago. Before that, I was a player there in the late 70s. My brother was there in the early 70s, so that's where I really got the idea about going to St. Mary's, and so he was a captain in those years, and then I went on and captained the 1980 St. Mary's hockey team, and I went away and did some college stuff, and after college came back and was an assistant coach to my old hockey coach there at St. Mary's, Donnie Basterak, and Donnie retired just 2 years after that, and applied for the job and was lucky enough to get it at a young age.
So it's safe to assume hockey is a big part of your lifestyle. One thing that I definitely want to talk to you about is the amount of community work that you do around. Outside of hockey, you're also a police officer in Lynn. That allows you to do some extra stuff. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of it's been geared towards the youth. I've been in the youth services division for the last almost 20 years. I was a detective in juvenile for 13 years, and now currently an SRO at Breed Junior High School. Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand. You know, I leave the kids during the day from work and go see the kids down the rink right after. So it keeps me young.
Yeah, one of the things that we had talked about before the show is that you get to be involved with the youth, and that's something that's very important to you. And it definitely shows. I mean, the Lynn Police Department does an outstanding job in engaging the community and being involved with some of these young students, which exactly what a huge inner city like Lynn needs. So I commend you guys down there. Outside of community, hockey is... it's not a prevalent sport really in Lynn. At St. Mary's, it's huge. You're starting to see more hockey programs start to come about. You got the Lynn Jets, and then you've also got the girls Bulldogs regional team made up of Winthrop and Saugus and Lynn Public Schools. Baseball, basketball, football are the big drivers in athletics here in Lynn. Coaching for 29 years, what type of obstacles have you gone through in recruiting players?
Well, I think you've seen it. Demographics, I mean, it just is what the city is. Back when I first started coaching high school hockey, Lynn had 3 teams, and then St. Mary's, so 4. All high schools had them, but because of the cost and so forth, it's gone down. And so, you know, the obstacles are, you know, we're a regional school, and, you know, trying to get student athletes to come to Lynn to go to school and to play hockey here at St. Mary's is something that we work very hard at. We try to attract these high-end players to come in, and you know, part of it is I have to give my experience as a police officer here to ensure them that they're safe,
right,
coming into the city, because it's a new city for a lot of these people. So you know, that's been something that I wouldn't say it's an obstacle, but it's something we have to work at.
right. And it's not like you can just travel around Lynn, too. I mean, you got the whole North Shore area to cover. You know, Gloucester a couple of times a week can take a toll on you.
Right.
So, I mean, in 29 years, winning has become a huge, huge part of your tradition. And, I mean, whether or not you want to agree with me, a lot of that's attributed to you and your efforts as a head coach there. I think it's outstanding of what you've done with this program. One, you used to be a part of it. You played. And then you came back and coached with your head coach. And now that you've been the head coach for the program for so long, you're actually starting to see some of your players fall back into the Lynn community and do their own. We're going to get into that in a second. But I want to talk about the season right now. Right now, your record's 5-5-3. At the beginning of every season, each team sets a goal. I'd like to talk a little bit about the goals that you set and what you need to do throughout the rest of your season to hit them.
Our number one goal is to make the tournament, make the postseason, and that's something that we strive for every year. We've been very, very successful at that. We've done it 19 out of the last 20 years. So we expect to do that again. It's, you know, there's a lot of hard work. We've fallen into some injuries and sicknesses, and it's really gotten to the point where it's cost us some games. But we're hoping to get healthy soon and make a run at the end to get into that postseason, and then you never know what can happen from there.
Now, in regards to postseason appearances, how many have you guys had?
Well, since I've been there in 29 years, I think we've been to the tournament 24. We had some tough years the first few years, but we've been on a nice run for 20 years, basically. Yeah.
20 years you guys have made postseason appearances. You know, you just said something that really kind of stuck out to me. From a coaching standpoint, what I've noticed is when you first get into a program, the likelihood of you being an outstanding team, it's hard because, one, you have to develop a rapport with your players. Two, you have to figure out who's going to be where and how they're going to be best fit and contribute to the team. Outside of that, I mean, it's tough in the beginning years, and then so on after you get your groove back, you kind of get into a medium. That's definitely one thing that I've learned from Coach Durgan and Derek Dana and Tom Donahue, Mulvey, Coach Watler over there at St. Mary's. Is like, hey, sometimes it doesn't work out in your favor, and as a coach, like, you have, there's no way that you can look at it like that. You have to remain positive. You have to push forth. How was that learning experience for you so early on in your career?
Well, like when you're younger, I started young, and we weren't very good at all. When I took over the team, there were 14 kids in the whole school that played hockey, and 10 of them were not very good. So, but being real young at a young age to get that, I had a lot of energy, a lot of drive. I know I couldn't do it right now, just at my age and everything else. But a lot of work went into it. Surrounded myself with a lot of good people, and I continue to do that now with the coaching staff I have. They're all, basically, almost all of them are ex-hockey players at St. Mary's, and they all played for me. So once you get to a certain level, you just try to keep the thing going.
I want to talk a little bit some of the values that you instill in your players, some of the go-tos, family, respect, work hard. Talk about some of the values that you instill in your players.
Well, the biggest thing we say, to the kids and to the parents is that we just want good citizens. We want the guys wearing the St. Mary's hockey jackets around the community, whether it be here, whether it be in Gloucester, Beverly, Salem, Lynnfield, wherever it is. We want them to represent us the way they should, in a manner that would bring respect to them, the program, the family. So that's what we expect. That's what we look for. When you have a good locker room, a lot of good things can happen on the ice. So that's what we strive for, that good citizenship, and that's where it starts.
One of the cool things about you and your long-standing career over at St. Mary's is your ability to actually see some of your players recycled back into the Lynn community. You had some really cool stories that we talked about before this interview. I'd like for you to talk about some of them right now.
Well, over the years, when you're coaching this long, I've been, to several of my players' weddings, and I've been the best man at 3 of them. One of my ex-players is my boss at work. He's a captain on the Lynn Police Department. I was the best man at his wedding. Firemen, they've all, so many of them done so well for themselves. I got a number of firemen on the job, policemen, and lawyers. And so, that's really what makes you the proudest, regardless of wins and losses, is seeing how they go on in life and do well. And this year, a great experience is to actually coach for the first time one of my ex-players' sons is now on the varsity team. Tommy Cash, he's from Lynn. So that's a first to have actually coached his dad at the high school level. Now he is playing on the same team as Dad did. So I get to coach 2 generations. That's pretty cool.
Who's better?
I won't say a word. He's only a freshman, the one I'm coaching. His dad was a heck of a defenseman, captain on the team.
So he's got room to grow, though.
He's going to be very good, absolutely. But I wouldn't insult his dad either by comparing the two. They're both good.
It's always a good one. Lynn hockey history being made over there right now at St. Mary's with Coach Mark Lee. Thanks for being here today. Why don't we go to this week's Question of the Week? Welcome to the Lynn MA Sportscast Question of the Week. Last week's question was, this past Boston Bruin was the first player to have his number retired by the Bruins and the second in professional sports. Who is it? Lionel Hitchman is the answer. No answer. No pizza. This week's question is, this Lynn native helped the U.S. win gold at the 2015 International Ice Hockey Federation Under-18 Women's World Championship. Who is she? Again, you can tweet your answers to our Twitter handle at Lynn Sportscast for your chance to win a free pizza from Tony Lena's on Boston Street. Well, that's it for this week's edition of the Lynn MA Sportscast. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to tune in next time. If you're a sports fan and you have a sports story or just want to give us some feedback, please visit us at www.LynnCAMTV.com/Lynn MA Sportscast. You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Lynn Sportscast. That's it for this week's edition of the show. I'm Sean Donahue from the studio here at LynnCAM TV, wishing you all the best.